Which area do you think we need to give some attention?
Fractions to decimals.
Oh, changing fractions to decimals.
Yes.
Okay. What about changing decimals to fractions? Is it okay now?
Yes.
Okay. Shalom Shalom and Shamad. How is that one? Decimals and handling the decimals. How is it?
Fine. Fine.
Let me hear from Shamad.
Teacher.
I've not got you well. Lynette. Lynette, can you hear me?
Yes.
When you look at the decimals, like it has been suggested by Odwin, do you have any challenge with decimals?
No.
Can you round off decimal numbers? Yes, Lynette?
No.
You cannot round off, okay. Because when you look at addition, fractions, someone suggested fractions, then rounding off numbers, then changing decimals to changing fractions to decimals. That one puts us in that bracket of decimals, because you find that rounding off for the whole numbers, it's a bit okay, but it requires us to have some knowledge of the decimal numbers. When we go back to changing decimals to fractions, that one is a bit okay, but we need the idea of rounding off so that we can change fractions to decimals. So I'm just going to make a little review about the decimal numbers. Just about the decimal numbers, then we can see where to start from. Let me try to open it again. I'm going to be sharing my screen, okay? And we shall just go through very fast so that we can move to. I want by the time we complete our primary 5 course, we're in position to at least do most of this work, because from primary 5, these topics in mathematics are similar in mathematics. That is from primary 2. You find that in primary 2, they look at place values. You find that in P3, they look at place values, primary 4 like that. But what changes is the content we cover in them. So for the decimals, you're looking at them now, and you in primary 5, but in primary 6, you will interact more with the decimal numbers. So I'm going to share something. I'm going to be sharing something here about the decimal numbers. Can we all write decimals in words? Lynette, can you write decimal numbers in words?
Yes.
Odwin, can you write decimal numbers in words? Odwin. Odwin. Elian,
Yes. Yeah.
can you write decimal numbers in words?
Yes.
Okay. Shalom, can you write decimal numbers in words?
Yes.
Shamad, can you also do it?
Yes, I can, teacher.
You can. Elian, can you also do it? Elian?
Yes, I can.
Well, yeah, that's good then. Then we shall move to the next step, because now if you can write them in words, it means that we can also write them in figures. Can we expand them? Can we all expand decimals? Lynette, can you expand decimal numbers?
No.
Cannot expand them, okay. Elian, can you expand?
I can try.
You can try, okay. How about Odwin, can you try to expand the decimal numbers?
Yes.
Okay. Using always the values, placing values and the powers as well. Shamad, can you try to expand them?
No.
Okay. So what we are going to do before we move to, before we look at how to change them, change decimal numbers to fractions, we are going to first learn how to expand decimal numbers. Let me share my screen and we shall use this piece, I think. Let me try to share my screen.
Okay.
Then probably we are going to share from here and we shall have a least knowledge about all this. Let me share shortly. You'll be seeing my screen, I know. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes.
We are going to just go through this shortly because it's going to help us expand them. Place values of this values and place values of decimal numbers. When you're giving decimal numbers values, when you're looking for their value and place value, there are two things to consider. One, let me first search for something here. One, you look at the position of the numbers and the decimal point. When you're looking for the when you're considering the position of the digits, we have the digits before the decimal point and after the decimal point. After the decimal point, those ones are seated in what we call decimal places, and there are some of the things we can consider. There are some of the things we can consider when we are doing them. Okay, let me just close this one first. So for example here, when we look at what we call the decimal places, let me first show you something here. if we have digits 1, 2.3, 4, 7. This one here, this is the decimal point here. So digits before are whole numbers. Digits after the decimal point, the digits we consider as the decimal numbers or the decimal digits because they are seated in decimal places. So when we are giving place values, the digit near the decimal point here, where this digit 2 here, yes, it is given the first place value. Like we can try it out. You can actually try to separate this number here, and you have 12 aside, yes, because you have 3 parts. We have the 12, then we have the decimal point, then we have the other one that is 3, 4, and 7. So when you look at 12, this is what we call the whole number because it is before the decimal point. And let us all remember that when you're giving place values to whole numbers, we start from the right hand, and the first one is ones, followed by the tens, hundreds, and many others if the digits are there. Then we shall have the decimal point. So when you have the decimal point here, the digits after the decimal point, here we don't start from the ones place value, they start with the tenths place value. So all the place values after the decimal point will have T, H, S added to them. The order will remain the same, that is from tens to millions and millions of numbers. The order remains the same, apart from ones because we don't have it under the place, under the decimal, near where the decimal point places are. So you find that place values from this first digit after the decimal point will be tenths, and this is how it can be written, and it can be abbreviated as capital T, T, H, S. That's how it can be abbreviated. Then the next is hundredths. This digit here, that is digit 4, its place value is hundredths. It's abbreviated as HT, HS here. Now, what does the THS represent? This THS, when you change it, it will be, it enables you to form a fraction, yes? Because when you have 10, this one here, do you know how trite that is? 10. But when it is accompanied with THS, that is after the decimal point, because these ones are these numbers here, if you don't call them the decimal numbers, they can be called the decimal fractions. So after the decimal point, the value of these numbers here will be in a decimal number, or it will be in form of a fraction. The order of the place values runs from tenth after the decimal point here. If we have our decimal point there, we start with tenths, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, and 100,000s. We can continue and have millions, 10 millions, 100 millions, like that. Then after knowing this, for the value, so for the value of a given digit, the whole numbers, that is, this one here is representing the whole numbers. This is the first digit before the decimal point. That one is for the whole numbers. Now from here, where we have this one here, the first one here, this one here, this one here is the first digit after the decimal point, and its place value is tenths. So to get its value, we get 1 times its place value, which is 1 out of 10. Because when you look at its position here, it's the 10th position. Place value is the position. Then the value, we get it by multiplying a digit times its place value. So we have 1 times 1 out of 10, which gives us, because when we are multiplying fractions, we have, we multiply the numerators alone and the denominators alone. One thing we should always remember is any number without a denominator has denominator 1. Whether the number is big, let's assume it is 7, it will have denominator 1. So here, this one here, we assume that it has denominator 1. So we shall have the numerators alone and the denominators alone. So we shall have 1 times 1, which will give us answer 1. Then we have this one, the denominator, times 10, the denominator, which gives us 10. So the answer will be 1 out of 10, this one here. So for us to change this one in a decimal number, like you're seeing it here, we shall get 0, we shall have 1 out of 10. This is the number, the answer we've got, but we want it to change to a decimal number. How did we get this 0.1? You come here and check your denominator is accompanied by 1, 0. This 1, 0 shows you that there must be, it represents one digit. It represents 1 digit after the decimal point. So what do we do? Because remember, a decimal number should have a whole number, and a decimal number should have a whole number, a decimal point, and the digits after the decimal point. So here we have our 1 here, yes? But remember, any digit without a decimal point, we may not put the decimal point there, but it has its decimal point immediately after that digit. So when you find this whole number, that is 71, yes? It has its decimal point at the end of it. But the reason as to why we don't put it there, it's because there are no decimal digits there. They are zeros. And whenever you find 0.000, that means that number has remained the same. That is 71. So here we have 1, and its decimal point, it's at the end. So what we do? We shall move it, because remember, the denominator has 1, 0. So we move it 1 time. From here, it will come here. So where it comes, this is where we shall put the decimal point, and we shall have a 0 to represent the whole number. That's how this answer here comes up, 0.1. And now I hope at least we can get the value of a given number, and we can change different numbers to different fractions to decimals. Like these ones here that have, let us first try out something here. We are going to be changing these numbers to decimals. You make that, I want you to make your point move, yes? Because we've said that we are just trying to revise so that we can move, we can have an idea about this. I'm going to give a number to each one of us so that we can change it to a decimal number. I'm going to be giving you fractions. For example, these common fractions, we have 4 out of 1,000. Then we have 5 out of 10. I want you to try out of all of them. So I'll be calling your name. You tell me the answer you've got. Let me see who will not have got. Then we have 3 out of 100. Then we have 21 out of 100 also. Now, in this case, when you have two denominators, we are going to see this one here after trying it out. So get ready to respond. Lynette, 5 out of 10 in a decimal, what do we get? Lynette, 5 out of 10, what do we get? You change it to a decimal number.
I'm not yet finished.
You have not yet finished? Okay. Alien, 4 out of 1,000. Alien, 4 out of 1,000. Odwin, 3 out of 100.
I have finished.
You're finished?
Yes.
Let me first give your friends, then we can be having the answers. Shalom. Shalom, you're going to handle 21 out of 100.
I am already doing it.
Okay. Then Shalom, you've got? Shamad, you've also got?
Yes. Yes, teacher.
Which number are you handling?
Three out
Yes?
of 100.
3 out of 100.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's have the answers from each one of us. Lynette, we are starting with you. Yours was 5 out of 10. Lynette, you're still handling? Elion, you've completed yours?
Yes.
What's your number?
4 out of 1,000.
So which answer have you got?
0.004.
Okay, let me write it here. 0.004.
4.
Okay.
Teacher, I'm done.
You're done?
Yes.
Okay, you can give me your, what was your number, Edwin?
3 out of 100.
Okay, what have you got?
0.3.
0.3.
Teacher, I'm also done.
Yes.
Teacher, I'm
Okay,
also done.
Okay, let me first write here. This is Odwin.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes, please.
Are we supposed to just write out all of them?
No, only the one I've told you to handle.
Oh, I accidentally wrote all of them.
So you give me specifically the one that you had to handle.
Teacher, I've finished.
What was your number?
0.3.
What? Give me the original number before changing it.
Beg your pardon?
Original number before changing it to a decimal.
Teacher, I'm done.
Okay, you can give me your answer.
0.5.
Okay, 0.5. This is Lynette.
Yes.
Okay, Lynette. Who is handling 21 out of 100?
Me.
Yeah, give me the answer.
0.021.
0.021. Okay. Name, this was Shalom Shamad.
Shalom.
Shalom, okay. Then who was handling 6 out of 1,000?
Me. Let me handle this, teacher.
Shamad, you also handle, give me the response for that one, because you're the only person who has not given me their feedback.
Yes.
Yes.
0.006.
0.006.
06.
Okay, this is Shamad. Let me stroke your name with M so that we don't confuse them. Okay, thank you so much for trying out. I'll start with Elion. This is how he moved his decimal, this is how the decimal point moved from the back. Remember, the denominator has 3 zeros, so those are 3 steps he's making. 1, 2, 3. The point is there, the whole number is 0. Yes? So he had, Elion filled this place with zeros to make the 3 digits before the decimal point. So this is okay. Elion, thank you. Lynette moved from here 1 step because the denominator has 1 0, yes? The decimal point came there and a 0 to represent the whole numbers. So it is 0.5, this is correct. Then Odwin, the decimal point was here, and Odwin had to move 2 steps, 1, 2. So the decimal point will be there, and a 0 to accompany it, a 0 for the whole numbers. So Odwin had to fill a 0 here. So his Odwin's answer are supposed to be 0.03. Odwin, have you seen this?
Yes, teacher.
Now, have you got how to move?
Yes.
Okay, you're going to try out another number that is 3 out of 1,000. You're going to try it out again and see whether you've got it well. Let me move to Shamad. The denominator has 3. Let me change the color I'm using now. The denominator has 3 zeros, so Shamad is moving 3 steps, 1, 2, 3. The decimal point put there, and so we shall have a 0 for the whole number. We shall fill zeros for the steps. The first step has 6, second step we shall put a 0, third step a 0. So the answer will be 0.006. Shamad, this is correct. Thank you. This one is Sharon. It is 21 out of 100. You find that 100 has 2 digits, 2 zeros. So we are moving 2 steps. As you're moving the 2 steps, each digit counts a step. So the first step will come here, 1, 2. So the decimal point will be put there. Then we shall have a 0 here. So our answer will be 0.2 1. Shalom, have you seen how we've moved?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to try out, every one of us will try out several numbers. And these numbers, there are some work there in you'll visit the site, yes? And you visit this unit specifically, it is called decimals. The unit is called decimals. You'll visit it and try to attempt and change more numbers to fractions. Sorry, change more decimal numbers change more fractions to decimals. It will be a very good experience for us, and we shall be in position to expand them. But now we cannot, because our time has moved, we have just little minutes, we cannot move into expanding, yes? But you're going to visit the site, go to that unit, you go to the math course, check that unit that has, that is called decimals, read through this work and note down so that next time we can discuss about expanding. We can look for the expanded number. We can round off, that is in our next engagement. Otherwise, thank you for attending, and I hope you've benefited and got something out of this engagement.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Teacher.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, teacher.
Bye, teacher. Thank you, teacher, for teaching.
Thank you for teaching.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. You can leave.